I see something here about how I can think differently about leadership in the schools. And eventually that opened up to include the district. And so he was the one who said, like, this is the vision. I want to create these elevated leadership roles for teachers. I want to give them real time. I want to try to pay teachers in my district as much as $100,000.
Mm.
I want those teachers to have authority and to be trusted to coach and develop and to lead grade level teams. And I want that to be a part of like a new way of thinking about how leadership in our schools happens. So he had that vision, and then we really helped him kind of map it out, pilot it on one campus, and then his team over the last several years has learned to grow and expand it. But it really started with looking at different ways that people operate and getting that kind of spark of inspiration, and then a leader having the courage to say, I'm going to set the direction and we're going to figure out together how we get there.
Love it. And when we started this conversation, you were talking about also creating these spaces that educators want to be a part of. And so I wanted to ask, like, are there prerequisites, or what are the components that you think about when it comes to making schools a great place where educators, ruckus makers want to be a part of it?
When I think making schools places where talented, passionate people can sustain careers is like one of the most important challenges facing us in the next 5 to 10 years. And I think we should ask a lot of teachers that question. But I'll give like my version of it, which is one, I think anybody in any job, including teachers, wants to feel like they have the resources that they need to succeed. Like they want to feel like the skills and capabilities and time that they have is like enough to really knock the job that they've been given out of the park. And I think so. I think for teachers, that's how do we give them training and development and support that makes them feel really confident and equipped in their jobs, and how do we make sure that they have enough time to do the things that they're being asked to do well. So I think that's like foundational. From there, I mean, I think teachers, just like anyone, want to have opportunities to show their creativity, to demonstrate initiative, to have ideas that shape what happens in their classroom and happens in their schools. I actually don't know if this is true today in all of our schools. I think that there are too many schools where collaboration is a loaded concept because it too often is not that helpful. But I think if we had true, productive, meaningful collaboration between colleagues where people feel connected to others and feel like they're not alone in the work that they do, I mean, I think that's a big part of it. And then, of course, I mean, I do believe that is the heart of it. And of course, we have to be paying our educators what they deserve and enough to focus on this really hard and important job that they have, and feel like they can pay for the things that they need for themselves and their families. And like we know from the research that like all of those things tend to happen when you have a good leader who you respect in place in the school. But I think those are the conditions that make schools places that people want to be.